What's up, guys? It's Oliver68 here, bringing you my NBA Finals Game 2 recap and analysis. So, pretty much, I predicted Game 2 correctly, except I was wrong on one thing. LeBron James didn't honestly take over this game. This was probably the first half for LeBron was one of the worst first halves you've seen out of a star player. And really, to be honest here, it was just random to see how bad LeBron was in the first half. I mean, yeah, he was getting his assists. But you would think that, after the Game 2, and especially how Miami came out, Miami was very solemn on their faces. Like, they didn't do their usual intro that you normally see that they do on the TV for the finals. I mean, they just kind of were very solemn on their faces. So you knew you were going to get a serious Miami Heat this game. But the one thing that I do want to mention the most for San Antonio is San Antonio was turning over the ball a lot. And in all honesty, it was good for San Antonio to know that they can keep the pace, turning the ball over. But imagine if San Antonio did not turn the ball over as much as they did. If San Antonio did not turn over the ball as much as they did, they could have easily kept this game close. I think Miami still would have won down the stretch, but San Antonio could have kept it close. I mean, what was it, like 15 turnovers? And Manu Ginobili, holy fucking shit, man. This guy was he was acting like he was playing against like some street ballers or something out there, trying to do all these crazy ass dribble moves and these crazy ass passes. I was like, oh my god, Ginobili, you gotta settle down, son. I mean, don't get me wrong, Ginobili, one of the best handles you've probably seen in the NBA back in like 2003, but this is 2013, Ginobili. You can't be dribbling the ball like that, especially against the guys like the Miami Heat. And, when I was looking at the first half, I was just seeing how bad Ginobili was doing. But then there's two players that were doing really well for the Spurs, and they have been for the first two games of the series, Gary Neal and Danny Green. They've done a really good job, Gary Neal and Danny Green. I've been liking what I've seen out of these guys. Danny Green is much more patient on the three-point line. Kawhi Leonard, 11 rebounds, I believe, in the first half, but even then, he was still off his shot. Tiago Splitter did terrible this game. Yeah, when I get to the second half, you'll be seeing like why he did terrible. But just in the first half alone, when you see this game from Tiago, it was god awful. Duncan was having one of those bad nights shooting. Tony Parker, he was trying his hardest really in the first quarter, but in the first half actually. But when I looked at the Heat in the first half, like I said, LeBron James did not really look good. Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh both stepped up, but Mario Chalmers, just like Game 4 last year against Oklahoma City, he came out of nowhere. He starts doing all these crazy moves, driving to the lane, getting an and one, pump faking, looking really good, saying like, shut up to his critics. But in all honesty, that's just one game from Mario Chalmers. Mario Chalmers, if he wants to play, if he keeps playing like this, no doubt the Heat will win the next 3 games, I would say. But overall, though, I think that the Heat, they should have blown them out even harder. I mean, I remember at the end of the second half, everyone was just like, oh, the Heat are up by 5, and LeBron James only has 4 points. And I'm like, do we not notice that San Antonio has 14 turnovers? The Heat should be up way higher than just 5. And do we not forget that the Miami Heat also have Dwayne Wade and Chris Bosh on this team? I expect, me as a fan of the NBA, of today's game, which is really not that great, but me as a fan of the NBA, I expect the Heat to be up most of the fucking time. I expect the Heat to win games like this all the fucking time. You damn right I expect them to blow out teams. It's not entertaining for me, but I expect that shit. I expect the Heat to do that. Now, when I get to the second half, the Spurs, they just collapsed. The third quarter, Ginobili was just making all these bad passes and bad moves. I mean, he needs to settle down. I mean, Game 1, you saw Ginobili. When he settles down, I feel like Ginobili, he had too much confidence after Game 1 because he hit nice little layups and all this other stuff, and he felt really confident about his handle. And then he goes on to Game 2, he wasn't he was trying to be overconfident. He was overconfident in this game, with his ball handling skills, and it really cost San Antonio a possible victory. I mean, like I said, I thought that he were going to win no matter what, how this game turned out. But still, the Spurs could have had a better chance at winning this game, and Ginobili didn't force all those bad turnovers. Now, Miami pretty much closed this game. This game was going back and forth near the third quarter. But Miami just closed this game near the end of the third quarter. 35-3 run, like pretty much, no, 21-3 1 at the end of the third quarter. And then Tiago Splitter tries to go up for a monster slam. It looks like LeBron's going to be put on a poster. You know, it's just like, oh my God, this is Jordan Crawford 2.0. This is going to be a moment Twitter's going to freak out about. But instead, LeBron goes Mount Matumbo on his goddamn ass and like, BAM! Just blocks it. He just stands there for a little bit. Then afterwards, like, he assists for the 3 to, I believe it was Ray Allen or Mike Miller. I can't remember which guy hit the 3. But just know they had a 3. And then afterwards, he gets a steal. And he does the biggest fucking FU dunk ever. He's just saying, fuck you, San Antonio. We're winning this game. I'm not getting slept to you guys. This ain't 2007 again. And pretty much did the FU dunk. And we got the scrubs for the rest of the game. And guys, we need to set a prayer over here. Because Tracy McGrady, this was his first finals appearance in the NBA. That's right, folks. You guys remember T-Mac. T-Mac is probably most kids' favorite players when you were little. I mean, when you were a little kid, the players that you liked, if you were growing up my age probably, were like Kobe, T-Mac, VC, Allen Iverson, Shaquille O'Neal. I mean, those were probably your top 5, if anything. But we need to pray for Tracy McGrady to get one fucking basket in the finals. I saw Rashard Lewis get 2 fucking baskets in the finals. Matt Bonner hit 2 fucking baskets. He looked good on that one play, but and Dejounte Blair hit 2 baskets. I mean, Tracy McGrady needs 1 fucking basket. I mean, he got an assist. His first assist in the finals, great. But I want to see him get a goddamn basket. That's what I'm waiting for. T-Mac to get a basket. Everyone send your praise. Hashtag pray for T-Mac to make a bucket. But overall here, the series is tied 1-1 apiece. Pretty much how I see Game 3 going. I mean, Van Gundy and Mike Breen just mentioned that the Heat haven't won 2 games straight since, like, I don't know, like, after their streak ended, apparently. They haven't won 2 games straight. So, pretty much the Heat, I don't really see them as a favorite in Game 3. I think Game 3 is more going to be San Antonio is going to be excited. They're going to be back home. Popovich, he savors these type of games. A lot of people don't understand. You know, most casual mindsets will be, oh shit, the Spurs are in trouble, the Heat are going to dominate. But if you're a hardcore fan of the game and you understand Greg Popovich is looking at this game and saying, I have just a lot of things to fix. Popovich is going to make all these types of adjustments. You're going to see a more focused San Antonio Spurs team. It's going to be 3 games in San Antonio, and Miami pretty much needs to try to survive all these 3 games. If they can get back to Miami, I'm saying they're winning this series. And I'm being dead honest here because on the road, in San Antonio, a place that wants a 5th title badly, a place that pretty much is super excited about this team, always bringing the reactions, even when this team's losing, they're just cheering their asses off. This place right here is going to be hard to play for 3 games straight. This is going to be Dallas type of territory. If the Heat let the Spurs win 2 games in San Antonio, I'm not giving them much of a chance, in all honesty. I ain't. If the Spurs win 2 games in San Antonio, now if the Heat can win 2 games in San Antonio, I'm saying they're winning the championship. But for Game 3, especially what happened near the end of this game, where we saw, you know, the Spurs pretty much collapse, Greg Popovich is going to make a lot of major adjustments. It's going to be a much more cleaner game for the Spurs. The Spurs are not going to get 14 turnovers or 18, however many turnovers it was. I wasn't counting the scrub turnovers. And really, to be honest, Mario Chalmers, he's not going to play like this always. For all you Heat fans that think Mario Chalmers is going to play like this always, okay, guys, this is Mario fucking Chalmers we're talking about here. Just saying. I mean, hey, if he was Kyrie Irving, yeah, I would say he could play like this. Damian Lillard, yeah. John Wall, yeah. But he's Mario Chalmers. Oh, but even if this was D-Rose, I'd probably say he could play like this. I didn't even think that like D-Rose with his suit on can play better than sometimes Mario Chalmers plays in the game. But overall, the Heat deserved this win. Very good win for Miami. Game 3, I got the Spurs winning this game. I don't think it's going to be an emphatic statement towards Miami. I really do think that if it is, I'm totally wrong on this, but I think it's just going to be another close game for the Spurs. I think the Spurs are going to win a close game at home, and I'll have to see how Game 3 goes to judge Game 4. But I really do feel that the Spurs, they're savoring this moment. They're going to be more relaxed, I guess. But the Heat, they deserve this one. And hey, if they can win Game 3, the Heat are in good positions to repeat for the title. Anyways, guys, if you guys like me and this analysis, you can subscribe by clicking the little icon right here or down below. Follow me on Twitter at ChaseOliver68. Hashtag pray for McGrady to get a bucket. Like this video. And comment down below your thoughts on the game. Anyways, guys, I'm out of here. I'm going to go clean my house real quick. Peace!